The Living Word in the City, Part 23, The Eternal Kingdom. This is where the story begins to breathe eternal peace. No more battles, only life with God forever. Episode 177, The Eternal Morning. The first dawn of eternity broke, yet no sun rose. The Lamb's light filled the city, an eternal morning. Darnell woke to laughter echoing down the new streets, children running free where sorrow once reigned. No alarm clocks, no deadlines, only life without end. Episode 178, A Feast Without End. A table stretched across the city, longer than Michigan Avenue. Every people, tribe, and tongue sat together. The poor and the wealthy, the forgotten and the famous, all equal, all family. The wedding supper of the Lamb had no closing prayer, no last song. It simply flowed into forever. Episode 179, Songs in the Skyline. Alicia walked through streets of gold that shimmered like polished glass. From every home and every corner came songs, harmonies from saints of every age. She heard voices of martyrs, prophets, elders, children, all one choir. And as she joined, her own voice merged into eternity's praise. Episode 180, Work Without Weariness. Chicago's workers had new assignments. But there were no punch clocks, no exhaustion. Instead, creating, planting, building, painting, teaching, each act of service pure joy. Darnell planted gardens where highways once cut through the city, his work worship in itself. Episode 181, The Healing of Nations. The tree of life bore fruit that never withered. Its leaves glowed, carried by the wind to every corner of the earth. No more wars, no more borders, no more violence. The nations brought their glory into the city, reconciled forever. Episode 182, Faces of the Redeemed. Darnell looked out across the multitude. He saw old friends, those who once struggled but now stood free. He saw neighbors who once mocked but now praised. He even saw strangers whose prayers had touched his own story from across time. Every face reflected the Lamb. Episode 183, The King Among His People. No barriers. No temples. No need for distance. The King himself walked among his people. Children sat at his feet, elders leaned on his arm, whole families embraced in his presence. God himself lived with them, his home forever in their midst. Episode 184, Life Without End. The river of life flowed endlessly, its sound like music. Darnell and Alicia stood together, smiling with tears that were now tears of joy. The story was not over, it was only beginning. The living word in the city was now the living word of eternity. And they knew this truth, echoing across forever, the Lamb is the light. The Lamb is the life. And we shall reign with him forever and ever.